G, and now we're doing one for the other side. And that's the Pump Road End side. If you know what I mean about Pump Road End, we've got the Tigers. To try to fix. This Richmond team, they finished second bottom in 2025. They managed to, they improved from that bottom place finish they had in 2024. Their young core, well, they're only going to get better from here. Let's look at the trade period for the Tigers. First trade we're doing a deal with the Crows. We're going to be sending our line the player we loaned out. We got loaned from the Crows. We got online last year from the Crows, Josh Underwood. We are trading him back to his parent club, the Adelaide Crows. In return, we'll probably get a 6th-round draft pick. We'll be sending Jacob Kazicki to Port Adelaide in return for most of their draft haul. We'll get pick 42 from West Coast in return for Tyler Young. He was basically a bit of a weak link in our back line. And so we sent one of the weakest links off to the West Coast Eagles. Goodbye. Next trade we're going to do, let's do a deal with Geelong. We'll be sending pick 107. Pick 100. Sup, Shannon? Just doing a rebuild for the Tigers now. As for this one, we're doing up to a trade period now. Next up, we do a deal with the Cats. As some remember, we did actually get Patrick Retchko out of Geelong. And we'll probably swap a couple of future 5th-round draft picks just to get Patrick Retchko to come to Punt Road. I think this kind of looked like our trade period done. Now we've got the draft to focus on. Delist the uncontracted players. As some remembered in real life, well, the Tigers have picked up 2 Sams back-to-back in the first round. First up, we'll go with Sam Cumming. And then we'll go with the other Sam, Grilge, who we got at number 8 in real life. For our next pick, we're going with the bloke from Woodville West Torrens. Zane Puka. Next pick, we'll be going with Noah Roberts-Thompson. He's the son of former Stir player Clark Roberts-Thompson. And he's the nephew, with the distant relative, of former Sydney Swans cult hero Lewis Roberts-Thompson. One of the best number 30s to ever run around for the Swans. And for the rookie draft. Who will we go with? Maybe get a good player out of the VFL. Before we make our choice, checking to see where Riley Collier-Dawkins has actually been. As I remember, he got picked up in the mid-season draft. I doubt the Cats will get rid of him. So he's 96 rated. Still in the Cats. Anyways, of our next pick. We might actually go over utility from the VFL for our rookie draft pick. Or no, maybe we might get some ruck depth. To get some much needed added depth to the ruck. Forward VFL. We'll go with Cam Muratore from Footscray program. Signed at Guernsey numbers. We'll move Fawcett to 43. Number will be. We'll move his Cody McKenzie bloke to 37. Josh Smelly could be able to bring the number 9 out of retirement. Sam Banks will be moving on to 6. Time to give Sam Layla will be wearing number 4. $16 will now be worn by Harry Armstrong. Jonty 4 will be moving on to number 8. Taj Hutton will be moving on to 10. Luke Traynor will now wear 11. While Richko will wear 33. Coming to wear 22, 24 will be worn by Grills. 27 to Roberts Thompson, 26 to Puka. Which number do I give Muratore? I might give him the 34 Guernsey at Richmond. And now we're about to move on to the new into season 2026. Goal is to increase club membership count. Jesus Christ, we kind of gone a little bit backwards as a team. We're currently 17th. Sounds like we may need the mid-season draft. Hang on! We don't even have a mid-season draft pick! Oh my days. We're just going to have to rely on our own talents to get us back to winning ways. And would you look at that? We're back at the bottom. We're back to where we started. Bottom of the ladder. Back to where we started from 2024. It's the second one it's been in 3 years. Man, Adam Uze couldn't even get the boys out of the bottom two. It's a bit of a difficult assignment taking over from a great coach like Dimmer Hardwick. It's very difficult. What's going on here? Most of our players are out of contract. Oh my days. What's going on here at Richmond? I think a few more are going to have to go. Trezise will be getting promoted to the senior list. He's been showing some pretty good form. Maybe time to give Broad a bit of... Hang on. I think Broad wants more years on his contract. And we give in to his demands. Gibcus is re-signed. Most of them didn't even want to play. With how bad we are going. Morris Rioli gets a new deal for the Tigers. There's a few that's going to have to go. Torre's got a 4-year contract and just been promoted to the senior list. We give Jack Ross a new contract. How about we might give Rechko one more year, maybe Judson Clark. I think Rechko even wants to re-sign. Let's give Sam Layla a new 9-year contract. I think Smelly could Smelly also get a new contract, 6 more years. Seven more years of Jonty Foal. Now we need Luke Trainer to actually grow. It was a surprise packet last season. I think his growth is kind of stalled. There is a few key defenders that are going to have to go. Houghton gets an 8-year deal. He's been shown a lot of promise. Time for Cumming to get it. Cumming might also get a new contract. How about Grills? We're still sorting out our contract issues. We'll need Sims to be the ruck for the future. So actually one day replace Nan Curtis. Shuka also gets 1 more year. How about Roberts Thompson? Come on, trainer. Anyways, let's get to the transfer business. Fawcett, Leaf, Fowl, and Green are being delisted. So, as good Nan Curvis was over the years at Richmond, at times we need to go big for a new ruckman. Maybe bringing in Kieran Briggs could be the play. Is this Tiger side very active? Well, Briggs has got a new 7-year contract at Punt Road. Well, there's a few that's going to have to go. We're pretty much in the market for a new key defender. How about we get this 99 rated defender from West Coast? We'll probably get him in a trade or something. Maybe Jordan Butts. Could be another defender out of interest in coming to Punt Road. Seems at the moment he's pretty much lost his way in that Adelaide team. So he'll be getting more game time playing for a team like Richmond. That's our free agency stuff sorted. Now we move on to the trade period. So we say goodbye. Since we now got Briggs, there's probably no point keeping Nan Curvis. We'll be trading him plus. We'll be trading him to Geelong for pick 36. That gives Geelong a new star ruckman. The thing we're going to have to do next year at Richmond is help out with Luke Trainer's growth. Hello, Port Adelaide. We're going to give you some of our discards. We'll give you Samson Ryan, Tylan Sudsey, Ryan Met. Who else can we dump to the power? We'll give a Kay McAuliffe, Ollie Bendham, Ryan Mansell in return for pick 170. Well, this is a trade that's going to make centre-half Batch very happy. Ryan Mansell has left Richmond. He's now off to Port Adelaide. Well, thanks for helping Richmond with their decline over the years, Ryan. We were winning without you. And now once he came, we went a bit downhill. So now we can be able to sign a new new forward in free agency to become the replacement. How maybe Braden George could come. Well, this bloke got delisted by North Melbourne. He wasn't given a fair go at the Kangaroos. Well, could the Tigers somehow revive his career? I don't think the poor bloke even played for the Kangaroos. Give him a 6-year. We'll give him a healthy 6-year contract. And here we go. We have just found our Ryan Massell replacement. We have just got Braden George. Next team we're going to be dealing with is Collingwood. Is probably... We're doing a deal with Hawthorn. We'll give the Hawks Hugo Ralph Smith, Judson Clark. We'll probably give him Tom Litt. Campbell Gray. And pick 20 and a future second. In return for the return of maybe or Charles. Poor old Charles. He never won a premiership in the three-peat years at Richmond. So we're bringing him back to help him win a premiership. We felt very bad for him. We're doing a deal with Collingwood. Well, I don't think we'll bring Mark. We might bring Mark. May bring Markov back to front row as a rookie. We might actually get like an 8th round. We might lose a future 5th. Swap future 5th just to get Oleg Markov out of Collingwood. And bring him back to Richmond. Maybe to help him win a premiership. Because he missed out on those premierships. Let's still do it for Saints. There is one Richmond forward I badly want back. He won goal of the year in 2018. He was so good. So we're going to bring... Making me a bit emotional. We'll bring Jack Higgins back to Palm Road. He was better than Ryan Mansell. And so, here we go. Goodbye, Ryan Mansell. Holla. Welcome back, Jack Higgins. We missed you here at Palm Road. We'll help you get this premiership. There were the three Tigers that did not win a premiership in that three-peat era. Charles, Markov, and Higgins. We'll be there to help them win a premiership. Let's do another deal with Geelong. Man, the Cats are really... Geez, we're really making the Cats angry. Well, could we scan him and give him Jacob Hopper? And maybe, I think that's about it. And maybe a future first-round pick. So we can bring Riley Collier-Dawkins back to Pump Road. Now we're about to move on to the draft. What an off-season for Richmond, although we lost Nan Curvis. We did actually bring back a couple of list players that were actually there at the club when we won our last premiership. We picked Adam Manning at number 1. Pick 24. We need to pick up a utility for the... We picked up a utility for the future. We've got Maxwell Harmison. Pick 31. Let's pick another key forward. And how about Stephen Sampson? Well, that's Lachlan Brown. Well, that's the Lachlan Brown 2.0 sorted. Rookie draft, we got Mason Marr. Well, we actually brought Quentin Narkle out of retirement. We actually brought back Jacob Bauer. It's a shock we actually brought it back. Since we just delisted Fawcett, well, maybe we might give Bauer his number 43 back. We'll move We'll probably move Cumming to 23. Huker could have 22 for the Tigers, as we'll give the 26 back to Riley Collier-Dawkins. Oleg Markov set to reunite with his old number 31 Guernsey. We'll give Chol number 41 back. Higgins will be back wearing 13. We'll give 25 to Briggs. What number do we give George? We might give him number 7. We'll give Butts the number 2 Guernsey. For Richmond. We might move Sift. I reckon we'll move Cody McKenzie back to number 6. Manning to wear 20. Sampson to wear 32. And that's our new numbers sorted for Richmond in 2027. Is this Richmond side actually better than what it was last season? We got to at least finish top 12. First up, we got the pre-season. First up, we're versus Port Adelaide. Man, surely this is the time for Luke Trainer to actually grow on his overall. We'll play Bolter in defence. We'll give Armstrong a run in the forward line. Well, pre-season started off really good for the Tigers. Well, out of the sides of Rioli. Move him out. I reckon we'll bring back Tom Brown. Trying to get Ross back at the team. Replacing Markle. We'll get Butts in that back line. Braden George comes in. Well, we do get season 2027 off to a great start. but accept the fact we got an injury to Jonty Fall. His injuries basically might open up space for Charl. And we'll probably bring back Gibcus for the game against Collingwood. Nah, we lost. We went back to losing. We just went back to standard. Even though we played like a special team against Carlton. But against Collingwood, we just gone back to standard. And guess who's back? Hodge Houghton! Houghton's back. Well, hot off the press. And Nathan Broad's back in the side for the game against the Gold Coast. Well, we just had Dimmer with an 88-point loss. And we're in ninth. Could this be a similar type of rise to what happened with Melbourne in 1998? Some remember that Demon side. They were bottom in 1997. Then the following year, they finished fourth. Smilly's out injured. Next up, we got Gather Round against Hawthorn. How are we at Alberton? Oh, well, at least we get Riley Collier-Dawkins back in the side. However, maybe old Charl got a win against his old side. Oh dear, Jordan Butts is out with a calf injury. Guess we'll play Broad in defence. Maybe we'll give Seth Campbell a run. We lost to Geelong. Briggs has played guilty. Out for 4 weeks. Let's adjust the lineup. We'll get Sims in the side. Welcome back, Prestia. We'll have to probably drop. We'll probably maybe drop like either on a Trainer or Gibcus because Ben Miller's back in the side. We're still waiting for Fold to come back from injury. We've got the Anzac Eve game against Melbourne. And we got some upgrades funded. We win by 50. We won our first Anzac Eve game against Melbourne in a while. Next game. Heading into the month of May. It's into the mid-year draft. Loss, win. Well, we're 6th after round 10. We still don't have a pick in the mid-year rookie draft, which is bad. We'll probably roll the dice and bring back Briggs into the side. Child can play backup right. Lost by 81 against the Dons. Next up, we got Fremantle. $21-point win for the Tigers. This is pretty much the season Adam Uze is fighting for his job. He'll be looking to make sure his job's safe. Heading into the remainder of the season. We won by 9 points against the Power. To get ourselves back in 6. We'll probably play Manning. We'll make him the substitute. The new number 1 draft pick. We'll play Cumming. Probably bring the retiree back in the side as well for our next game against the Lions. Well, we kind of did come. We fell short by 4 goals. We kind of did fall short at the end against the Lions. We'll bring Josh Smillie back in for the game against Sydney. We got the win. All that matters. We're still in the top 8. Just 1 year after finishing bottom. What an achievement, going straight from last. Guess who else is coming back? Collier Dawkins. And maybe Tom Lynch. Yeah, too many changes caused us to lose only by 6 points. And once again, we fell out of the 8. On percentage. It's a draw. Both the teams aren't even. We drew with the Gold Coast. Might give us a bit of an advantage in the finals race. With Ben Miller out, we'll be bringing back Monastery Harley to play in defence. Total humiliation. 93 points against Hawthorn. How poor are the Hawks? And oh no, now we got another injury. Although we rolled the dice a little bit with Jordan Butts up forward. And look at that, we're in 3rd. One year after we were in last. Miller comes in for Butts. Bad time to get injured. at the wrong end of the season. It's the wrong time of the season to get injured. We lost by 19 points against the Eagles, which proved to be absolutely costly. Beat the Swans, beat Melbourne. Well, we've pretty. That was a good win by West Coast. Speaking of West Coast, I'd done a rebuild for them a bit earlier, and I got them to a flag in 2029. I reckon things will be able to improve for the West Coast Eagles. They could be able to actually win a bit more games in 2026. Is it case well taking baby steps? That was a good rebuild. It was probably like 2028 around that time. Might have gone a bit of premiership. Anyways, we won by 12 points against Collingwood. Richmond are in the elimination final. We get to avoid the Crows. And instead we're versing GWS. They certainly do, Collingwood. They had great players like Nick Dacos and a few others. Got Collier Dawkins back for the Tigers. They're not really bad. They're not bad at all, Richmond. I reckon they got the backbone ready for the rebuild. Elimination final, we got the Giants. What how's that? We won from Wooden Spooners in 2024. Second bottom in 2025. Wooden Spooners again in 2026. So winning an elimination final the very next year. Well, glory times might be coming back the punt road. Definitely, I reckon they got rebuilding down the spine. I think they drafted a pretty good midfielder last year in Sam Lalor. They got a pretty good defender in Luke Trainer. Some important key forwards like Harry Armstrong and Jonty Foal. The thing they'll probably need for the future is they certainly did. We've got a steal with pick 22 in Sam Allen. He's going to be a really good player for the Eagles. Anyways, back to Richmond. Holger's back in and on force. And that's where our season comes to an end. Semi-final lost to Hawthorn. But overall, still a really good season coming from bottom. Definitely, Sam Allen, he's got a very good left foot. Yeah, I think I did. I think I'm going to have to change the fatigue management a little bit, make it more an extended recovery period. Coaching and play development, rest. Recovery. Well, finally, we got Luke Trainer to re-sign at Richmond. Now we move on to the off-season. And I think we haven't said goodbye to anyone yet. What else needs improving? Just like we got the bones. Anyways, we're maybe to improve the team a little bit more. How about maybe another defender? Maybe someone like a Miles Berkman. It could give Port Adelaide a bit more room to get Nasiah Wanganeen Malira. And so, Miles Bergman's off to... Definitely, I reckon we'll need some more midfield rotation. Anyways, speaking of midfielders, let's do a deal. Let's strike a deal with the Power to get the homesick Zach Butters off to Pump Road for 2028. Well, I think we must have got too many forwards on our team. We'll give Port St. Puka and Noah Roberts Thompson. Definitely, I reckon Zach Butters is all we need here at Richmond. That is a massive move. Considering, well, we have got a really good spine on the team. We may not need Matty. Not sure if if we get lots of Matty Rao and maybe Noah Anderson to come to Richmond. Well, we're gonna have to sacrifice. We might have to sacrifice someone like maybe Taranto or maybe a Jack Ross or anyone along the or someone else along the lines. Maybe Narkle. Well, since Tom Lynch is going to be retiring. This one's going to be massive for the Tigers. Yeah, it can be able to do it. It could be able to do like a super long career mode series. It helps teams out with long rebuilds. We'll probably give Narkle over to the Gold Coast Suns. That is another massive move in the midfield. And plus, as well, since Tom Lynch is pretty much retiring, maybe Ben Kegg could be available. He joined the Saints. Got it. I could be able to take on a good team and not be able to lose. Although Ben Kegg would have been great for the Gold Coast, but with Richmond, well, he's just gone and decided to join his brother at St Kilda. Oh, this could be big for Richmond. We do a deal with the Crows. Future first round. Maybe to get a bunch of firsts. Dan Curtin. That's a huge deal for Richmond, getting Dan Curtin. He'll be there to replace Tom Lynch. For a little bit more midfield rotation, I think Richmond have got a massive deal lined up with the Dockers. Definitely, I reckon Adelaide not losing would be fun. Anyways, with more trades, Richmond have set free first rounders to Fremantle. For Caleb for another midfielder? I reckon so. I reckon they're good enough to start up a dynasty. Well, they're a very good team, the Crows. I could be. That's the thing I could be able to do. Very so start up an Adelaide Crows career mode, so I can be able to see how they go as a team. See if I can get them to win not just one premiership in a row, but an unprecedented 4 premierships in a row, similar to break the Brisbane Lions record of the early 2000s. Hawthorns for 2. Definitely, I reckon. If that's definitely one of the players I can bring back in their prime to help the team out. I reckon maybe Andrew McLeod. No, I mean I might have to sacrifice Isaac Rankin's number 23, and give it back to the legend. We'll probably give Rankin maybe his old 22 back. Definitely, I reckon I could give Rude a 32 back. Anyways, back to the trade deal. Well, Richmond have been offered a deal with the West Coast Eagles, pick 44 and 26 for future for other ruckman Tom Sebs. Well, since the Eagles have got Cooper Duff Tietler in the draft, do they really need another backup ruckman like Tom Sims, or are West Coast all good with future ruck depth? Maybe I might counter this offer. Maybe not for Sims. I'm probably thinking maybe. They certainly are, I reckon. Glenn Jakovich, he was one of the goats at the West Coast Eagles. It was a shame that Glenn Jakovich's brother Alan didn't play a bit more for Melbourne. Although in his short impact at the Demons, he pretty much set the world up. He set the world on fire up forward. He was basically a bit of a showman up forward pretty much similar to maybe an Eddie Betts. They certainly did. Even Guy McKenna also worked really well down back. That could be another career mode series I could do. Maybe a West Coast Eagles career mode to see how they'll go, bringing back the best best half-back line we've ever seen. John Worsfold, Guy McKenna, and Glenn Jakovich to help out their modern side. Anyways, there's another trade offer proposed. Well, since West Coast want Tom Sims that badly, we'll just accept it. And we'll just get ourselves, and we'll get a new ruckman for the... Yeah, word. That 1998 team, they must have had way too many people taking bad stuff. Likes of Chris Maywearing, Ben Cousins. Jeez, they both were hectic players. Who else? They certainly did. They also had Fraser Gehrig, aka the J Train. We also had Scott Cummings up forward in 1999. He nearly kicked 100 goals for the Eagles. Nearly become the second Eagle to kick the ton since Sumic in 1991. He was a great forward back in the day, Peter Sumic. They were really good, and they were really good in '99. They should have won a few more games late in the season, more later on in the season, and then maybe that West Coast side would have made the grand final in what would have been Mick Mildhouse's last season as an Eagle. Yeah, I think he was. That West Coast team in '99 should have made the grand final that year at least versus the Kangaroos. They could have put up a really good fight in that grand final. That was that team got off to a really good start. They won the first 6 games. They beat Fremantle on the Western Derby in round 1. It was a Yeah, it definitely was worth a rewatch, and same with the Dogs. Western Bulldogs in 1998, they were pretty good. Imagine if they had a hectic forward in 1998, like so. Maybe someone like yeah, he did. They kicked 12 goals in one quarter against the Eagles, and then I think the Eagles kicked 12 in the next quarter. That was that was a hectic game in round 10 at the Wacker. West Coast. Yeah, he did. Danny Southern nearly stole a game for the Bulldogs that year, but the Eagles got the. I think the Eagles got the job done by, like, say, maybe a point. It was a great game. There was one for the Western Bulldogs around that time. They could have made do with a better forward than maybe like Simon Minton Connell and James Cock that year. Minton Connell, yeah, it certainly was. During that year, Minton Connell, he was getting kind of a bit past his prime. Same with James Cook. Well, he kind of had a few suspensions next to his name. He got suspended for, well, striking Robert Scott in the last round that year. Yeah, he certainly did. Anyways, the trade period's closed. Anyways, we're back to the draft. The US uncontracted players. Yeah, it was. That was a really good game. West Coast were down by, like, say, probably 13 goals. And then they came back to win by 3 points. That was a great game from Ben Cousins. He got the. I reckon he might have got the free votes that game against Geelong. Or if not, it might have been Daniel Kerr, or it could have been Chris Judd. Yeah, they were 42 down heading going into the last quarter. Chris Judd, he was another hectic midfielder at West Coast back in the day. He won the Brownlow in 2004. Yeah, he was. Judd was out that game. But his impact at West Coast, he was really good. He won the Brownlow in 2004. He won the Norm Smith in 2005 when they nearly won the grand final. And he actually won. He captained West Coast in 2006. Yeah, he was. He was actually doing really. He did really well in that team from his debut with the club in 2002 up until his last game in 2007. Anyways, back to the rookie draft. We got Richmond pick up another forward in Jack Clements. They got Jackson Lawson, Tyler Sebastian, and, well, they did get Time Printable delisted from Collingwood. Yeah. He'll be missed, Adam Selwood. He was a very good defender in those days. He was the list management. Now we move on to 2028. This Richmond team could be in the window. They might be in the window to win the premiership now. Loss. When I say we're in the premiership window, how on earth are we fucking losing? Hang on, did better than expected. We're in 7th. Well, once again, we drew with the Gold Coast Suns, but this time in Darwin. Well, we do get a pick in the mid-season draft. We're going with Jacksel. We're actually going with delisted St. Jack Silvani. Anyways, we're off to August. Win. Well, the wins are coming at Park Road. Right and thought. We end up managing to lose to North. Win. Richmond are in second place. Now we finally beat Geelong. Well, maybe 2028 might be the year of the Tiger. Just like 2017, 18, just like 2017, 19, and 20. That team was really good. We'll make George the substitute. We'll start Fall. Not a bit 100% sure about playing trainer for the finals in this one because we do have a couple of high-rated defenders. We might play Balsa for this first final against Carlton. And Richmond are back in the prelim for the first time since 2020. Oh no! Sam Layla's out injured! Oh no. Done his shoulder in the first final. He was going to be a potential Norm Smith medalist. So we'll just bring in Miratore for this game in this prelim against Collingwood. Maybe we might roll the dice and put Zach Butters up forward. Man, we'll place the wrong up forward for this one. Yeah, definitely. This team's really good. Think we might as well roll the dice. Yeah, Melbourne, they won so many wooden spoons during the 90s and 2000s. 1997, they finished last. 2008, they finished last. Man, that 2008 team played even worse. They were getting humiliated by 10 goals every week. Or even more. I remember watching that one game when they played Geelong in 2008. I think Melbourne kicked like 3 goals the whole game. Up against the super team up against that super Geelong team that had a lot of all stars like Ablett, Bartel, Selwood, Stevie J, Chapman, Cameron Ling, Tom Harley, Matty Scarlett, Cam Mooney, and all these guys. That team was really good. Yeah, they were. They were one of the best teams in the league back then. I don't think that I have to put that Geelong team in probably one of my top 5 teams of all time. That would be an amazing matchup, I reckon, between that Eagles team of 2006 and that Cats team from 2007, 9, 10, and 11. And my best Crows here for myself, I'd probably have to go 97 and 98. That was a premiership year. And anyways, Richmond are back in the grand final for 2028. The opposition is the Brisbane Lions. So I decided to let Brisbane wear their away Guernsey for a change in the GF. Dagger, I'd probably say maybe Collier Dawkins, and we might make Matty Rowell the spare player. Before that, we'll change the quarters to 5 minutes. That way, I'm not changing it all the time. Could this be the first time in 8 years Richmond win the grand final? And all that without our best player, Sam Layla. Before the injury, he was going to win the Norm Smith medal. And anyways, we're about to hand you over to Huddle in the Crow for the 2028 AFL Grand Final between Brisbane and Richmond.
Hello everyone, I'm Anthony Hudson. Welcome to Saturday afternoon football. It's great to have you with us at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The Grand Final is here at last. This should be a classic between Brisbane and Richmond. These two teams have outlasted everybody. They've overcome obstacles and proved themselves to be the best two teams in the comp. But nobody wants second prize. And here come the visitors. Daniel Harford is with me. Hello, Harf. What can we expect from this match?
Good to be here, Hutto. I've tipped the Lions. I think they'll do this comfortably. It may be close at half-time, but I think they'll power away after that, as we've seen them do a number of times this year.
Thanks, Harf. Excitement is building for this one. The crowd already making plenty of noise as the captains come together. The Lions and the Tigers met at the Gabba in a controversial elimination final in 2022. With the Tigers leading by 3 points with just over 2 minutes to play, Richmond forward Tom Lynch believed he had goaled with a check side. A behind was awarded on score review, leaving the door ajar for the Lions. Down the other end of the ground with just over a minute to play, Joe Danaher gathered a loose ball in the goal square and gave the Lions the lead with his third goal. They would hang on to win by 2 points, 16-10 to 16-8. Lachie Neale starring with 39 disposals. The noise is incredible. The stadium is heaving. Time to play. Briggs wins the first ruck contest. Big tackle laid. No one able to clear the footy, so we'll have another ball up. Briggs showing his skills. Butters. The team physios will be working overtime. In no man's land. Marshall, Fletcher. This will be touch and go. Who's front and centre? Danger averted, frantic defence.
They've got an opportunity here to get the ball down the other end quickly.
They've set up well for the kick-in. Bolter with a chance to relieve the pressure. Searching kick. McKenzie goes laterally. Curtin, that's good work rate. Little one to half-back. Sarong, this is fraught with danger. Takes the short option. Anderson, he ran into a brick wall. When one tackle just won't do, they've bottled it up. Briggs got his palm to it. Collier Dawkins goes long. Curtin is like a magnet in that forward line.
This is going to have to be a terrific kick, but he's certainly capable.
It's a decent strike, but it'll fall short. Briggs has marked, and here's a chance to hit the front.
They don't come easier.
That's his first.
He had the opportunity to put them in front. That's exactly what he's done. Lovely finish.
The Tigers with the first goal. The big men fly. Smiley just had to get it out. Closed him down. He's been busy so far. Short. Briggs outbodied his opponent and took a ripper. Into the pocket he goes. Sarong. This is good footy.
Already some good signs for them with how they're trying to move the football.
The assignment is simple, and he makes no mistake.
The Lions might think about an early adjustment here. They are looking very vulnerable.
So they've got a couple now, and they're looking dangerous. Briggs with the tap. Smiley. Rao. That's a bit of a waste. Delivers to centre half forward. Deer on a lead. Berry has found some space. Clever kick. Great footy. They're hard to stop when they move the ball like that.
He could put the finishing touch on a fine passage of play.
Looks good off the boot. He's got it.
He found himself in space and made the most of it with a clinical finish.
The Lions have pulled it back to 5 points. The two big men do battle. Butters, Smiley. They've put themselves under pressure. Quality delivery by foot. Tidy ball. Ashcroft. Here's real danger now.
Poor defence leaving him on his own, and now you'd imagine he'll make them pay.
This would give them the lead. Has he got it? No, that's an opportunity gone to waste.
Lucky he's not the kind to be easily deterred.
They've set up well for the kick-in. Bolter presents in space. What can they generate? McKenzie, all on his own. The Tigers showing some good signs early. Short, can keep it moving. Sarong, working hard and being rewarded. Payne with the big fist. Ashcroft spills out in the tackle. Anderson, Curtin. Deer at centre halfback. That's a useful ball. Sees something he likes. His field kicking is normally first rate. Berry in some space on the wing. He's hit up the lead. Unable to complete the mark. Good ball handling under pressure. He's having a go. He's dropped the line in the water and reeled in a big fish.
So important to get reward for effort. On that occasion, the finish matched the quality of the work upfield.
It's already looking like the grand final we were hoping for. McInerney wins the tap. Marshall, it's a tough game. They appeal for a free kick, but will have a stoppage. Briggs gets his hand to it. Trezise. Payne. We've seen that before. Curtin. McKenzie. He's kicked a goal.
I feel better now they're in front and getting some reward on the scoreboard.
So the underdogs throwing down the gauntlet. You can see their belief growing. McInerney showing his skills. Marshall. They're going nowhere and will have a stoppage near the centre. Briggs with a deft tap. Smiley trying to find a path. Marshall gets there first. Good disciplined defence. But I think he called for that. Crunching tackle. The lift door's closed on him and he's gone.
Better to kick to a contest and get done holding the ball.
Away he goes. The Tigers look well drilled. McKenzie has found some space. Anderson in the centre square. Curtin can just about finish it himself.
I reckon someone got caught ball watching then. You've got to be switched on at all times.
It's a big kick. Is it big enough? Rushed over and they can reset.
That's smart play, really. There's no point taking unnecessary risks.
They've set up well for the kick-in. Magor pushes into space and receives the footy. In no hurry here. Thumped away. Full. This will go close. Has he got the journey? The Lions have a chance to push back now. Short pass looks good. Rivers works hard to present. That is very charitable.
Straight in front, should not miss.
Through it goes, and they extend the lead.
This is exactly what they would have hoped for early in the match. Scoreboard pressure.
Both sides are cracking in hard at the present time. It's a great contest. Briggs got his palm to it. They've got good chemistry, those two. Smiley, Houghton, taken to ground. The umpire says he had no prior. McInerney wins it. Neal, they'll need to limit his influence. The Tigers should score here. The Tigers with the early advantage. They're up and about, but the challenge will come. Gary Lyon is down on the boundary. Gaz, what have you got for us?
The Tigers are in fine form in the contest and also on the outside. The runners are complementing the ball winners beautifully, and they are a very well-oiled machine where every player understands and executes their role. Some of their clearance to score work has been sublime.
Good on you, Gary. Thank you. McInerney got his palm to it. Revel, Neal in the right spot. Briggs in the centre square. Full. Dangerous to leave on his own. Smiley. Armstrong read it well and claims the mark.
It's so important to be efficient in front of goal, especially when it's tight on the scoreboard.
Looks good. He's steered it through.
They're much more potent when he's clunking marks and kicking goals.
The Lions really need to respond now. Briggs has got on top. Trezise can send them into attack. Collier Dawkins onto it. They're playing with purpose and poise. He's had little impact so far. How will the umpire see this? Keeps it low. Anyone's ball. Full. It's a poor entry. A waste, really. The Lions are out of trouble. The Tigers have denied them the corridor. Rayner in the clear on centre wing. They're moving the footy well here. Honours the lead.
It'll take his best, but we've seen him do it before.
Not a great kick. Briggs ensures there's no second chance. The Tigers are red hot at the moment. Good work rate. Short, working hard and presenting well. Happy to be patient and wait for an opening. Anderson in the clear. Doesn't often waste it. That's a bit of a gift. Can he find a teammate? They've got a problem now. He's just about kicked the cover off it. Ashcroft, he's taken a beauty.
Forwards dream of these shots.
Touch and go. It's go.
When that first one goes through the middle, it really helps to clear your mind of niggling little doubts and anxieties.
This is a pulsating grand final. Hope you're loving it at home. Briggs has had his measure today. Trezise, Rao, Collier Dawkins needs to be quick. Couldn't get a disposal. That is a thumping kick. No one's going to stop that. What a ripper.
That's why they want the ball in his hands.
The Tigers have opened up a break. Good ruck work. Plenty of heat in this game. Rao, desperate to win it back. Wiley can't mark. Can they catch them out on the turnover? That's skillful. Trezise read it well. Butters, they're building something dangerous here. Anderson is the man on the spot, and he's marked.
The Tigers have certainly looked a better side. They'll be hard to catch.
He hasn't troubled the scorers, and he won't with that effort. Careful with the kick. Revel, that's good work rate. Probing ball. Wiley with a chance to run, and they're away. Well played. The Lions not at their best so far. Lewis, Calvert on centre wing is marked. Normally delivers. Rayner has got loose. Can he hit a target? Cameron stripped of the footy. He's gone. He had plenty of time.
Not sure there was much prior opportunity there.
Waiting for someone to come at him. No wonder coaches go grey. The defence is disorganised. Bergman makes good contact. Bolter, you can see their confidence growing. Rayner clears the area. Terrific tackle. He's drawn a crowd. They're tackling with venom today. Briggs with a deft tap. Butters. Anderson squeezes the kick. McKenzie cops some unwanted attention. The Tigers are playing some great footy. This is promising. Houghton all on his own.
Kicking at his first.
Is that going out on the full? No, we're behind. And maybe that'll turn out to be handy later on.
I think he was committed to taking a shot before he even received the footy.
They've set up well for the kick-in. Magor with a chance to relieve the pressure. That's a good option, and this looks promising. Searching kick. Briggs got a fist in. Flostone should have done better. Quality delivery by foot. What's he got on offer? Tidy ball. Armstrong. Here's real danger now.
It's as if they don't rate this player. He's already hurt them, and he's about to hurt them again.
That's not going to come back. It wasn't his best effort.
There's 5 points gone begging.
Trying to catch them out. The kick is precise. That'll go close to the line. McCluggage can keep it moving. He's been quiet. Collier Dawkins couldn't mark, so he brings it to ground. Rao throws it on the boot, and that's a goal.
The Lions need to start winning more contested ball. They're being beaten up in that area.
The Tigers are really taking it to them today. Briggs, it's a masterclass in ruck work. Sarong, Smiley. This is a joy to watch.
To say there are some alarm bells ringing is an understatement. They're not working hard enough.
It's a deep kick. Rao, red at best, but it'll be put on a tough angle.
This deserves a goal. Should be a goal.
A chance to extend the margin, but alas, he has hit the post.
You certainly would have expected to kick that one, but he's got to put it out of his mind now.
Looking for a quick transition, moving the footy laterally. Half-time is upon us, and this one is threatening to be a blowout. What's happening down there, Gary?
The Lions are really struggling to score so far, and the simple reason is that they're not winning enough ball. They would need to be super efficient with the ball that they are getting, but it isn't sustainable. Whether tactically they try something different at stoppages or they throw someone different into the middle, they've got to do something.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Gary. Briggs is teaching him a lesson. Rao, they've coughed it up. The Lions have been out of sorts. Time to turn on the Jets. Ashcroft, will the umpire pluck a free kick? Could that have been holding the ball? Some thought it was, but not the person who matters. McInerney, he's been beaten, but he had a win there. That's a bit of a waste. Smiley. Advantage paid. The Tigers looking ominous. He's hit up the lead. They can smell victory. Houghton marks inside 50 and can have a shot.
He hasn't managed to find the middle yet. He should do so here.
Bangs it through.
If they keep getting this kind of supply, the scoreboard's going to get real ugly.
The Lions are in danger of being run over. Briggs has been dominant in the ruck. Smiley. But he'll feel that one. Gee, they're playing well. Good kick. Rao gets to the front spot. Briggs. They like it behind the goals. He's got it.
There's a clear golfing class, and this match is in danger of fizzling out.
The Tigers by 38. Briggs, he's worth his weight in gold. Sarong, Anderson, a bit of a panicked handball. Collier Dawkins, he's hurried the kick, it's a poor one. McKenzie, Sarong, under pressure. That was a brilliant tackle. Oh, they're hitting in hard. Briggs showing his skills. Runs towards goal and slams it through for a six-pointer.
These defenders are going to have to tighten up. They've been giving them way too much space.
It's looking every bit of blowout at this stage. McInerney wins the hit out. Marshall, Neal has a paddock in front of him. McCluggage, Berry. The Lions are good with their hands. They sorely need a goal, and he delivers.
He kicked that superbly. It was always a goal, right off the boot.
The Lions with a much-needed goal. Briggs is giving him a bath. Smiley. Which way will it bounce? Big tackle laid. No one able to clear the footy, so we'll have another ball up. Briggs with the tap. Sarong. Collier Dawkins. Turned over. Neal. That might attract a pack. Bolter making his claim for the Golden Fist Award. Bergman. Short. Who's front and centre? Revel. A good kick here and they'll be in business. Poor disposal keeps letting them down. Houghton has found some space. Flostone. That's well played. It's a high ball. Taking out some frustration possibly. He's not going to waste an opportunity like that.
I think we might just have our premier.
The Tigers are looking like premiers unless something remarkable happens. The big men fly. McCluggage, Trezise gets there first. His field kicking is normally first rate. Higgins will take some stopping. Steadies. Drop punt. Goal!
Who'd want to be a defender when the ball's coming down with such regularity?
The Tigers clearly didn't read the script. They were supposed to struggle today. McInerney, a rare win. McCluggage, Rao, runs onto it. McKenzie, great hands there. They're a big chance here. Wiley ensures that foray will come to nothing. That's almost worth a kick. Rusco, Magor, good build-up. The fans will be happy to see this. They asked the question, but the umpire will have it. Briggs continues to have his way. Just shoveled it out. Magor, probing ball. Anderson spoils. Revel. They desperately need a goal. Joel leads his opponent. Squeezes the kick. Who's got the wheels? Broad. Curtin uses the body well. Smiley. Magor. We've seen that before. He's put it through.
They had to be patient, but they were able to pick their way through and eventually score.
The Tigers are playing supreme footy at the moment. Can they keep it going? McInerney gets his hand to it. McCluggage. Dunkley. That's good work rate. Berry pokes it into the pocket. It's a poor entry. A waste, really. Careful with the kick. Flostone working hard and presenting well. The Tigers are out of trouble. They've got winners all over the park. McInerney playing for pride now. Dunkley, he's taken a beauty. Berry, Ashcroft has a way of drawing the footy.
To give the faithful something to cheer about.
Touch and go. It's goes.
He managed to find some space and he was never going to have a problem converting from there.
They've pulled one back, but they need plenty more where that came from. Punch clear. Smiley. Joel. He just dropped it. Can they catch them out on the turnover? McInerney. Ashcroft has it within range.
He's 1 from 1 so far.
Here's a chance for a couple in a row. They're not back in it yet, but at least they've stabilised.
The Lions have obviously had a tough day, but that was much better play.
The Lions haven't thrown in the towel. Credit to them. Briggs, it's been a mighty performance. Smiley, no time like the present. Sarong on a lead.
He hasn't missed yet. Can he keep a clean sheet?
I think he'll get the distance. It's a fair kick, but it won't be a goal.
That's a rare miss. They've been deadly accurate today.
Looking for a quick transition. Rusco, all on his own. Dunkley in the clear. He's had little impact so far. Wiley makes position. The Lions moving the ball well. This is much better. The kick is precise. They've opened them up here. What's he got on offer? Picking their way through. Payne has charged into space. Normally delivers. Ashcroft in the clear on centre wing. Rayner can just about finish it himself.
That's probably as good a passage of play as we've seen from them all day. Deserves a goal.
He's tugged it. Three quarters done, and this has been a real turn-up. I don't think anyone tipped it. Time to check in with Gary.
The Lions have made some horrendous mistakes. We all know footy's a game of mistakes, but sometimes you have to wonder how league footballers could continually get the fundamentals so wrong. It's just playing into the opposition's hands, and it's demoralising because there's plenty of effort being shown, but the lack of skill is alarming. To compete at this level, you must be able to execute under pressure, and they've been found wanting today.
Good on you, Gary. Thank you. Same old, same old. Butters. They've given it back. Neal. I felt that one from here. They're going nowhere and we'll have a stoppage near the centre. Briggs, just for something different. Neal. Boston takes an excellent grab. That's good vision. Smiley works hard to present. They're a pleasure to watch. He had prior opportunity.
It's a bad feeling when you know you've been done cold.
This ought to end in a goal.
His goal was so far, but this would be a great way to get on the score sheet.
Kicking for his first. Good disciplined defence. Rushed over and they can reset.
They've got an opportunity here to get the ball down the other end quickly.
The ball's been living at one end. Bolter marks in the back pocket. Searching kick. Short. Hunting the footy. It's not a fair fight. Gone. Caught napping in a dangerous spot.
He's not happy, but the call's correct. He's having a terrific match, ranking highly for clearances, contested possessions, and inside 50s.
They desperately need this. Defence 101 there. Deer. Hipwood. Quick snap, and that's a goal.
He's finally on the score sheet. It's been quiet today, but he made that one count.
The Lions will not go away. Briggs has rucked tirelessly. Smiley. Butters. Neal in the right spot at the right time. Curtin outbodied his opponent and took a ripper.
One of their key markers has been how well they've shared the load. That list of goal kickers might be about to get a new name.
Critical contest coming up. I thought he was going to kick it himself. In he goes.
Just has to bend this around the body.
Should kick the goal now, and does.
Everyone dreams of playing this well in a grand final. It's been a phenomenal performance.
This is how you play a grand final. Briggs, he is simply too good. Marshall, he's lost it. Fletcher, McCluggage, hacking it forward. But they must be sick of the sight of that. Deer, Briggs, cuts it off. Rao, doesn't often waste it. Smiley, with a chance to run. Going for territory. Higgins had his name written all over it. He will surely make this count.
They're giving them a smashing in the middle and providing the forwards with high-class service, and the forwards are making the most of it.
The definition of optimism is hoping for him to miss that. He doesn't.
They moved that ball beautifully indeed. They're hard to defend at their skillful best.
The Tigers by 49. Briggs is teaching him a lesson. Butters, Rao, Smiley, leading from the front. They've moved it well and given themselves a good look here.
It's all just a bit easy at the moment. They're getting the ball inside 50 under not nearly enough pressure.
They've been running hot, but not this time.
I think he was committed to taking a shot before he even received the footy.
Trying to catch them out. Magor has found some space. Clever kick. Rivers. That's a useful ball. Deer. Dangerous to leave on his own. Rusco. Great anticipation. Vital contest coming up. It's loose inside the 50. It's there!
A midfielder who consistently hits the scoreboard is a real valuable commodity in modern footy.
The buzzards are circling. Rucks go at it. Some people can't kick that far. Neil. They should have been going forward. Now they'll have to defend. The Tigers finishing strongly. Sarong, so influential today. Bouncing ball, throws it on the boot. Neil takes a beauty. Smiley runs onto it. That's a legal disposal, isn't it? Drazais wins it back. Sarong, he's hungry for more. He slots it. And the floodgates have well and truly opened.
Anything seems possible for them today. They are having a day out.
Their cup runneth over. The big men fly. He's copped some of his own medicine. They've got the game won, but they're refusing to let up. Briggs, it's a masterclass in ruck work. Butters, feeling the heat. That's a great tackle, and it's been rewarded.
He's not hiding his annoyance, but I think he's more upset with himself than with the umpire.
Berry marks inside 50 and can have a shot.
Some relief here perhaps for the fans watching their side get torn apart.
For a much-needed goal, and he has put it through.
Not much has gone right for them today, but that was a great passage of play.
The Tigers by 56. Briggs showing his skills. Smiley. Whatever he's suffering from, it's not leather poisoning. Honours the lead. Can he find a teammate? Flostone doing what he does best. Cameron. Quick snap, and that's a goal.
Crafty forward play there. He reads the ball so well, and he's one of those who can hurt you without having big disposals.
The Lions have fought it out. That's a good sign. Briggs, he's worth his weight in gold. Rao, inside 50 with the kick. Lewis, we've seen that before. Sarong, Wiley, ever reliable. Rusco, Magor, not a lot of positives today. Rivers, working hard and presenting well. What's he got on offer? Picking their way through. This is good ball movement. The Lions having a purple patch. McInerney pushes into space and receives the footy. Deer, Magor, Butters, Spoils, Ashcroft, Dunkley, McInerney running in support. Felt the pressure there. That's a fine mark in the back pocket, and they might have dodged a bullet. He's hit up the lead. The Tigers are premiers, and they've done it easily. All the stress and tension of the season melts away, and all that's left to do is celebrate.
Richmond are once again premiers.
From that one half.
The Tigers were sensational. They were in the zone, and the longer the match went, the better they got. If you're lucky enough to be a supporter of this side, you couldn't have asked for more. It was a brutal display by a team that's been building towards this moment all year. The best side by a mile.
You get the feeling there'll be a lot said about this one. Thanks, Half.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be back soon with another rebuild. Bye.